My name is Michael Pinckney, and I was a resident at Cannon Recovery. I'm originally from New England. I come from an area where it's a bunch of fishermen and a bunch of hard-working New Englanders. I came to Cannon Recovery a little over 9 months ago, and I was basically a broken man. For the past decade, I've been struggling with my PTSD, and I've been struggling with my substance abuse. But let's go before that. I was, and still am, a United States Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Let's get that straight right away. But I had done 3 tours in the country of Iraq. I was in places like Baghdad, the initial assault in Fallujah, and the city of Ramadi. I was with 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, and to be quite honest, it was a very traumatic experience. There was a lot of horrific things that I saw. There was a lot of admirable things that I did. When I came back after those 3 tours, got my honorable discharge, and transitioned into the civilian sector, I started noticing something was wrong with me. Something had come back with me. And I wasn't the nice young man that joined the Marine Corps. I don't know, it was like going from Earth to Mars, back to Earth again. And I couldn't put 2 and 2 together. I had loud noises, traffic, just everyday living was a struggle for me. You don't know why all these things happen in this world. You know, seeing some of those horrors and traumas and what man can do to a fellow man is just, it makes you pretty angry. It shows you a side of life that you never thought existed. A lot of my issues with my PTSD were anger, lashing out at people. You don't want to let anybody in, so you keep everybody at a distance. You don't want to let people know that there is something wrong with you. You want people to know that I had just done 3 tours in Iraq in the Marine Corps, and I've come home and I'm damaged goods. It's like you never come off guard, dude. The ironic thing about it is you go off to fight for your country and you come home and you almost feel like you're a foreigner because you can't relate to your neighbors, you can't relate to your friends, and you can't relate to your immediate family because something has gotten taken out of you. As a grown man, as a Marine combat vet, not knowing how to live and survive and just drink, I call it self-medicating, because of my PTSDs and the trauma that I had, my life just became an absolute nightmare. I didn't know where to go, I didn't know what to do until I came to Cannon Recovery. Like a lot of us combat veterans have done, not all, but a lot of us, you know what, I chose the route of self-medicating through drinking. And at the time I didn't know I had PTSD. So as the years were progressing, my drinking got worse and worse. What's happened in this past decade is I've heard a lot of friends, a lot of family, they couldn't understand me. I couldn't understand myself. I lost my faith in God. I was basically a lost soul. Before Cannon, I had also tried out a couple other treatment facilities, but something wasn't clicking. I still couldn't put 2 and 2 together. Life was really tough. I had actually contemplated suicide on a few occasions. The veterans that I've met at Cannon Recovery, I could totally relate with. When you're living in and around fellow combat veterans, you just all of a sudden know. You have that special bond with each other that you really can't explain. It's an absolute camaraderie. I started having hope again. I started believing in myself again. The people, fellow combat veterans in the environment at Cannon Recovery helped me feel that I wasn't alone. I was at Cannon Recovery for 120 solid days. Since going through Cannon Recovery, my life has dramatically changed and started coming back together. I actually wake up in the morning and I'm actually happy to be alive, and I want to do good things with my life. I'm starting to go back to school. I have relationships back with my family. I have relationships back with my friends. Cannon Recovery has honestly saved my life. If I didn't go to Cannon Recovery when I did a little over 9 months ago, I can honestly tell you there's a 99.9% chance I would be dead. It almost gets me choked up. I'm eternally grateful to Cannon and the people at Cannon, the veterans, the director, the staff. It has just done incredible things for my life, and I can't say anything more. Amen. Okay, you want me to add to that? I'm a pretty recent graduate of Cannon Recovery. I've been sober at 9.5 months. I'm on my way to get that year mark, and I'm gonna get it.